please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or Twat. Today we're going to start with the fact that I'm cringe. I'm going to leave it at that, because if I read all those tweets here, I'm just going to look salty, aren't I? I will though say, associating with people like cognitive thought is a guilt by association thing. I would have thought people would be above it, but it turns out, no, dickheads are not. So next, a tweet from Salt of the Earth. Harsh reality. Women age like milk, men age like wine. Women peak early but have a short shelf life. Men peak late but have a long shelf life. Which is why women should settle earlier instead of sleeping around and supposedly getting degrees and building careers. And why men should settle later. Also explains why the man should be older and the women in their 20s with men in their 30s. That's a healthy relationship. Learn or perish. Accompanied is a picture of Top Gun 1986 and two other pictures. It's a bit disingenuous because in the case of Kelly McGillis, she struggled with alcoholism, weight due to trauma, and almost being, sexually assaulted to death by two men in 1988. Tom Cruise got him a Scientology. Now, I'm not sure who has it worse, but for the sake of it, it is very disingenuous to frame an argument the way you have and use two completely different stories and different lives from one initial picture to make a point. It doesn't really resonate, okay? Now, the first tweet I started with came from Bo Blacks. He had mentioned how he wished more people would do tweet reading YouTube videos. Now, I've been doing this for 175 videos now. Got it from somebody called Reels Before Feels. I'm quite happy to do this and offer an opinion as well, because keeping on top of drama is an absolute ball ache. We're going to go back to him for some audience participation. Would you, the lovely audience, suck a peen for $1 billion? Now, he hasn't specified what currency those dollars are. This could be a trick. It really could be. I know many of you would be surprised to hear this from me, but the answer is no. But there's a reason. 1, I'm an asexual Amish man, of course. And 2, no thank you. I don't require $1 billion. The joy of life would be taken from me if I had too much money. But do let me know in the comments what you think, and of course, criticize my opinion on this. As a good asexual Amish YouTuber, I live to be criticized. Next, since her return to Twitter has been quite frankly one of the funniest things I've seen in years, because she's a dickhead as well, Sugar Tits tweeted out an image from Will Kingston. Quote, Hannah Gadsby is a remarkable comedian, not least because they're unafraid of pushing the boundaries of what comedy actually is. Agreed. They make comedy unfunny, shattering the traditional boundaries of the art form. Sugar Tits had tweeted, Hannah Gadsby definitely pushed the boundaries of what comedy is. They made it unfunny. I couldn't agree more. Hannah Gadsby is championed as quite a funny individual. I've yet to hear a single joke from Hannah Gadsby that would elicit a crack of a smile, a giggle, a chortle from me. Yet, to some, a very small group I might add, Hannah Gadsby is regarded as hilarious. Now, of course, comedy is subjective. What you do and do not find funny is unique to you. There are things I find funny that others won't find funny. Things I don't find funny that many people find funny. It is a fact of life. It is an interesting one. It is why having a good sense of humor on a dating app is a very subjective thing to say. Because what is a good sense of humor? If you put Hannah Gadsby, you don't have a sense of humor. You have a sense of one too many enemas. Next, we're going to talk about Nick Fuentes, the ruling authoritarian dictator from Cozy.tv, a platform I couldn't genuinely care less about and appears to be nothing more than a sinkhole for sycophants of Nick Fuentes and whatever money he has to promote America first, but also be a massive tool. Jaden Neil tweeted out a video. Breaking. Nick Fuentes spurgs and gets in a bitch fight after being called a cum hunter at CPAC.
Wait, I need to stop. Don't fucking touch him. Stop. Yeah, we will, sure. Just fucking stop.
As you can see from that video, Nick really does know how to handle himself. But don't worry, I've got two more here. Mr. Wu Kang. Nick goes into a lengthy monologue about his grievance with Baked Alaska, Baked Alaska, isn't he that snitch involved in the thing that's called an insurrection, but doesn't appear to have been one at all? Yeah, that one. Made a deal with them, I believe. He expects a North Korea-level apology from Baked Alaska. Baked can criticize Nick from somewhere else, because Baked Alaska criticized Nick, and Nick is like, you're on my platform? Get the fuck. Doesn't need friends who are disloyal. Nick and Baked were fighting privately prior to the breakup. Baked is one of the most selfish people he met. I mean, the fact Baked is still around is astonishing at this point. Everyone stabs Nick in the back. Quote, I'm not coming after him because I could. I know everything that goes on. And another quote, I don't care how people feel, I'm right. Included is a nearly 10-minute long video, and I'm not going to play all of that. But I will play the next video because this one's intriguing. Misogynistic Christian fascist incel Nick Fuentes, that's a lot of buzzy words, says that once he turns 30, he'll probably find himself a 16-year-old child bride. Quote, right when the milk is good, I want to start drinking the milk. This sounds like an edgy boy joke. But let's find out if that's the case.
No, bitch. I want to drink it straight from the tap. I want it raw. I don't want to wait a moment. Right when the milk is good, I want to start drinking the milk. Same thing goes with women. I don't want to turn 30 and find some 29-year-old woman that I have something in common with, and it's like, hey, properly aged, like wine. Women don't age like wine, they age like milk. They don't age like wine. That's not how their hormones work. That's not how they work. Yeah, I gotta find my 16-year-old wife.
I'm starting to understand why you're on cozy.tv with the rest of your incel crew, and why you resort to infighting, because you have sod all else going on, and no straight woman would knowingly ever want to sleep with you. Now, we can't do one of these videos without mentioning Twitter. A change is afoot. Elon Musk tweeted, excited to announce I've hired a new CEO for Twitter. She will be starting in 6 weeks. My role will transition to being executive chair and CTO, overseeing product, software, and sysops, with someone accusing him underneath of ruining the app. BBC announced that the new CEO is Linda Yaccarino. I have no idea who that is. I have no doubt that they are going to get a considerable amount of flack if they have a Twitter account. Other things going on right now of interest, though, that Elon has injected himself into would include Twitter Global Government Affairs, tweeting in response to the legal process and to ensure Twitter remains available to the people of Turkey, we have taken action to restrict access to some content in Turkey. Turkey is currently going through a presidential election. Erdogan hasn't won just yet. A runoff is likely, as neither candidate has achieved the minimum 50% required to win. Matthew Iglesias had retweeted that account with, the Turkish government asked Twitter to censor its opponents right before an election, and Elon Musk complied. Elon replied, did your brain fall out of your head, Iglesias? The choice is, have Twitter throttled in its entirety, or limit access to some tweets. Which one do you want? I think that is very binary, and there is a third option. Somebody had said, I agree with this move by Twitter. My one request would be for a public announcement regarding the reasons for the block. Elon Musk said, we could post what the government in Turkey sent us, will do. And another thing that he had responded to, courtesy of Libs of TikTok, recent episode from the kids show Transformers Earth Spark, They're After Your Kids, a video of a non-binary robot, to which Elon Musk simply replies, computers are literally binary, LOL. Some have said that Elon Musk has started to become ever so slightly more red-pilled, getting involved in things, pointing out Marxism, communism. Whether that's true or not, I leave it be, because if I get drawn into too much politics, I'll invariably create a line in the sand on my own channel. As it's dying, I'd rather not do that. Go follow me on Rumble though. Line in the sand is very obvious there. So I noticed PewDiePie was trending, and it was because of this tweet. Everything out of context. I ruined an entire generation of teenage boys starter pack. Some cartoon character, no idea who that is, PewDiePie, Andrew Tate, Leafy, Ben something, I can't remember his last name, and Joe Rogan. I feel like there's a few people missing off this. Understandably, it was not very well received, with many believing putting PewDiePie on this list was a tad harsh. Moving on, we're going to go to something we haven't done here in a while. Americans ruin everything. With this video from a tweet, Lance, Italians gonna lose it when they see this. I see it, I'm English, and I don't like it either.
All of our angel hair into the blender. Just crack it up, pop on our lid, turn it on. Into the middle, all combined. Nice new fresh pasta noodles, Parmesan cheese. Cheers.
Over the weekend, Misfits happened. Boxing event, YouTubers, influencers. It goes down quite well. It's a very interesting format to appeal to the online masses to get them more involved or interested in the art of boxing. A couple of fights of interest. One, Boogie versus Wings. I watched this. Wings beat the crap out of Boogie because Boogie he couldn't throw back. His arms weren't long enough. And for someone of his size, Wings has remarkable agility. Wings had tweeted, "I can see I beat a man's pants off," a reference to the fact that Boogie had to have gaffer tape applied to his shorts to stop them falling down. Big respect to Boogie, should start calling him the Juggaboogs. Keemstar, the #1 Wings of Redemption hater page, stopped uploading after he failed to get the Wings vs Boogie fight cancelled. He was spamming dumb stuff Wings said in the past at all the companies involved in the boxing match, including the arena itself. He even uploaded a conspiracy that the fight was going to be rigged. As soon as Wings showed up in London, he disappeared online. Other related tweets would include DSP related stuff. For example, DSP is on level 1, Wings level 3. The man got so many donations once he got home. We want people to do well with their lives. Wings and Boogie needed this fight to reinvigorate their careers. Wings because he's been on a steady decline for years. Boogie because he lost everything in crypto. He also bought a Tesla, I don't know why. To prove the point of how popular though this fight was, Boogie and Wings pulled in 400,000 concurrent viewers on 3 official streams. Could be closer to 1 million live concurrent if the unofficial React streams were calculated. All creators have permission to use the full fight footage for reactions. Now there have been some issues with DAZN, but I do believe that is being resolved. Boogie, after the fight, tweeted, "I may have lost the fight, but the biggest loser today is DSP as usual." The reason why is because Boogie, Wings and DSP could be doing a podcast together, but DSP's an idiot. A genuine legitimate idiot. Chris the Narc. Someone pulls Phil out for being stagnant and he says, "Anyone who innovates on YouTube just does drama content and harms people." Bro, what? Mind you, he's been avoiding talking about the fight where Wings and Boogie went up to level 2 while he's on level 1 forever. Video accompanying it.
I got a dollar tip. Someone says, "It's not that you don't follow trends, it's that you don't do anything new, unique, or revolutionary." Well, admittedly, you might be right. It's because I've been around for 15 years and my audience is a very long watching audience who like what I do. You understand? Like, people who are innovators on YouTube, what are they really doing? Right? Drama shit. Right? Oh, look what I did. I did drama content that's fluff and meaningless and actually hurtful to people. Wow, you're a great innovator, aren't you? Right? Like, the things I'm doing, people tell me all the time have meaning.
Chris also tweeted, "DSP is lying in his chat. He had no idea the fight was going on and refused to watch. Beta male Ngurgi." Yeah. Accompanying it, 2 screenshots from chats with DSP lying through his teeth about not knowing about the fight. I'm sorry, I barely knew about this event, but even I knew they were going to. I even saw the weigh-in, which was one of the funniest things ever with them belly bumping. It was quite something. I know we could use this opportunity now to talk about the KSI fight, but I really don't want to. It looked like a hook and an elbow at the same time. We'll wait for the decision on that to see whether it's reversed or no contest or whether or not a rematch happens. My only real interest was Boogie, Wings, and what I want to see happen next is for them two to pick up and really rebuild from where they were. That would be cool. It's a really cool story to think about. Whether it happens is on them, and that has my interest.